Look around you. We are a generation living heads down. We spend 6 to 8 hours a day staring at small glowing rectangles, missing the world happening right in front of us. For a decade, Silicon Valley promised a cure. They promised smart glasses that would merge the digital and physical worlds. Instead, they gave us prototypes that looked ridiculous, overheated, and cost a fortune. But 2025 is the turning point. The technology has finally matured. And interestingly, the market has split into 3 completely different philosophies. First, we have the philosophy of integration, the Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2. It doesn't try to give you a screen. It tries to make your phone invisible. It captures your life and plays your soundtrack without anyone knowing you're wearing a computer. Second, the philosophy of immersion, the RayNeo Air 3s Pro. This isn't about seeing the world, it's about blocking it out. It packs a massive 201-inch micro OLED cinema screen into your pocket, promising to change how we travel and game forever. And finally, the philosophy of augmentation, the RayNeo X2. This is the heavy hitter. True augmented reality with transparent 3D displays, real-time translation, and holographic navigation. It's the closest we have ever been to Tony Stark tech. I have spent the last 30 days living with all 3. I've tested the battery drain, the privacy implications, and the social awkwardness of wearing them in public. In this video, we are going to find out which one of these is the actual future and which one is just an expensive toy. This is the definitive breakdown. Let's dive in. First, let's talk money. This device starts at $299. If you want the transition lenses that adapt to sunlight, which I highly recommend, the price jumps to $379. Now, considering a standard pair of dumb Ray-Bans costs around $170, you are effectively paying $130 tech tax to turn them into a computer. Is that premium worth it? The value proposition, 0 friction. The reason these are worth every penny of that $299 is capture speed. We have all missed moments because we were fumbling to pull our phone out of a tight pocket. With these, the capture time is 0. You press a button on the temple and you capture exactly what your eyes see. For parents, pet owners, or travelers, this ability to stay in the moment while still recording it is priceless. The 12-megapixel sensor is tuned for social media. It's sharp, vibrant, and the stabilization is shockingly smooth. The hidden feature, audio. But the feature that will make you wear these every day is the audio. The open-ear speakers fire sound directly into your ear canal. You can listen to music or take calls while still hearing the traffic around you. It's safer than AirPods, and honestly, more comfortable for long periods. However, remember, sound leakage is real. At 70% volume, the person sitting next to you on the bus will hear your music. Living with them, battery life is decent, about 4 hours of continuous use. But the magic is the charging case. It looks like a classic leather case, but it recharges the glasses up to 8 times. It solves the battery anxiety completely. The deal breakers, why you might skip it. But before you spend your $300, you need to know the limitations. Nighttime. The camera needs light. In a dark bar or at night, the footage gets grainy and soft. The vertical trap. The sensor is physically rotated for vertical video. If you want cinematic horizontal footage for YouTube, you have to crop it, and you lose massive resolution. No display, and most importantly, there is no screen. You see nothing but reality. If you are looking for a visual experience, or a way to watch movies on the go, this $299 investment is useless to you. For that, you need to double your budget and look at our next contender. Now let's flip the script completely. If the Ray-Ban was about engaging with reality, the RayNeo Air 3s Pro is about escaping it. Let's talk price. These come in at $399. That is double the price of a standard monitor, but a fraction of the cost of the massive OLED TV that these glasses simulate. The value proposition here is simple. It is a home theater that fits in your backpack. The visual experience. If you tried video glasses 5 years ago, erase that memory. They used to be blurry and washed out. The Air 3s Pro uses Sony micro OLED panels. The difference is shocking. The blacks are perfect, the colors are vibrant, and the text is sharp enough to actually read Excel spreadsheets or subtitles without squinting. For gamers, this is the endgame. I hooked this up to a Steam Deck, and because it supports 120 Hz refresh rate, the gameplay is buttery smooth. Playing Elden Ring on a massive virtual screen while lying flat in bed is an experience that a $3,000 TV setup simply cannot give you. The Whisper mode, they also fixed the audio. The new Whisper mode uses phase cancellation to stop sound from leaking out. Unlike the Ray-Bans, you can actually watch an explosion-heavy movie on a plane next to a stranger, and they will hear almost nothing. But the reality check, cons. However, living with these isn't all futuristic bliss. First, the leash. You are physically tethered. There is a thick USB-C cable running from your face to your phone or console. It feels restrictive. You can't just walk around freely. You are anchored to your device. Second, the vampire effect. These glasses do not have their own battery. They drink power directly from your phone. Watching a 4K movie on an iPhone 15 Pro drained my battery by nearly 30% in just 2 hours. If you fly long haul, you must buy the separate adapter that allows you to charge and play at the same time, or you will land with a dead phone. Third, heat. After about 45 minutes of gaming, the right temple, where the processing happens, gets warm. It's not burning, but in a hot room, having a heater touching your face takes you out of the immersion. So, for $399, you get a cinema in your pocket, but you also get a cable. And for some, that lack of freedom is a deal breaker. But if you think that is bulky, wait until you see what true augmented reality looks like. Finally, we arrive at the heavy hitter, the RayNeo X2. This is where things get serious and expensive. These usually retail around $699. Why the massive price jump? Because while the Ray-Ban is a camera and the Air 3s is a monitor, this is a standalone computer on your face. The true AR promise. This is the only device on this list that delivers true augmented reality. It uses full-color micro-LED waveguide displays. That means the lenses are transparent, but they can project holograms into the real world. The killer feature here is real-time translation. I tested this with a friend speaking Spanish. As he spoke, English subtitles appeared floating in the air next to his head. It feels like magic. It feels like living in Star Trek. It also has built-in GPS navigation. You don't look at a map, you see 3D arrows floating on the street telling you where to turn. And crucially, it does all of this wirelessly. There is no cable, it runs on its own Snapdragon processor. But the early adopter tax. However, living in the future comes with a heavy cost, and I don't just mean money. First, the bulk. Let's not sugarcoat it. You look like you are wearing safety goggles from a chemistry lab. The frame is thick, heavy, and the bridge gets warm because there is literally a CPU sitting on your nose. You cannot blend in with these. Everyone knows you are wearing tech. Second, the battery. Because it's doing so much, processing AI, projecting 3D visuals, the battery life evaporates. If you push the AR features hard, you are looking at maybe 2 to 3 hours tops. The reality. This is not a consumer product for the masses yet. It is a dev kit for enthusiasts. It is for people who want to feel like Tony Stark and don't care if they look a bit like a cyborg doing it. So, we have 3 very different visions of the future sitting on this desk. Which one actually deserves your hard-earned cash? The answer comes down to one simple question. Do you want to capture, escape, or augment your reality? Option 1, the social creator, $299. If you want to be present, document your life for social media, or listen to music without blocking your ears, buy the Ray-Ban Meta. It is the only device here that fits seamlessly into a normal life. It doesn't look like tech, it looks like style. It's the best accessory for your smartphone, period. Option 2, the Traveler and Gamer $399. If you are a frequent flyer, a Steam Deck owner, or live in a tiny apartment, buy the RayNeo Air 3s Pro. Forget the cables and the lack of battery for a second. The visual experience is worth it. It is the cheapest way to get a massive 200-inch OLED screen in your life. Option 3, the Futurist, $699 plus. And finally, if you have deep pockets and you absolutely need to have the latest bleeding-edge tech before anyone else, get the RayNeo X2. Just be prepared for the bulk, the stairs, and the short battery life. It's not a polished consumer product yet, but it is a glimpse into 2030. Final advice, don't buy the Ray-Bans expecting to watch movies. Don't buy the RayNeos expecting to look cool on a date. Pick the right tool for the job. I have hunted down the best current prices for all three and listed them in the description below. If this deep dive saved you from making a $400 mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest tech reviews. I'm Best Tech Review, and I'll see you in the next one.